Good morning, it's Daniel Murphy. It's Saturday morning, June 27, 2009. 9:40 a.m. I'm here with my favorite climber for big removals, Pat Epps. We're going to do take 3 large tulip trees down today. 9:40 a.m. It's a Saturday. Everybody wants to get out of here. Nobody wants to stay late. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how efficiency really can make a big difference. Saving a few seconds every time you tie and lower a piece out, saving a few seconds every time you have to run a piece over to a chipper by setting the chipper up in the right place. All these things add up over the course of the day, especially for big trees. And so by honing your system, your climbing system, your lowering system, the teamwork on the ground, having a chipper, everything running right, the saws cutting sharp, everything has to function together to make things happen efficiently. Pat, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No.
Yeah. So, I would say we're probably going to be lowering
60 or 70
pieces today and bombing a few, but mostly lowering everything out. Mostly brush, but some wood's going to have to come down. We're going to probably drop the bottom 50 feet of these spars. These trees are all 100 to 110 feet tall, I would say. And so hopefully the video will show you some of the finesse points and fine points that can be used by climbers and the ground crew to make a big job like this happen in a hurry. Fortunately, we've got a bucket truck here. We're going to put the camera in the bucket, and let's get this job done. It's 9:40 a.m. We'll do a wrap up and see how long it takes us to get these trees on the ground. Okay, so Pat already set the tree up. We have a lowering device on the tree. He's got his climbing line preset with a throw line. He's got a lowering line preset with a throw line. It's not where it's eventually going to be, but he's going to walk up the tree on spikes. I'll belay his line. I'll pull his slack through on the ground. He won't even need to use a lanyard. And then he'll just start lowering off the first 3 or 4 limbs, the lower limbs that are going to be in the way for the rest of the tree, for the lowering the rest of the tree, on his way up. Again, saving a couple of seconds, couple minutes. He doesn't have to go back up and down. He's just going to go up, cut everything out of his way on his way up, reset the lower line when he gets a little higher in the tree, and work his way right up the tree from there.
To add to what Daniel just said, the reason why I preset lines is it's more efficient. What you want to do on big tree removals is you want to create a hole. To make production on big trees, you have to be able to create a hole to rock big pieces. You can only take a piece as big as the tree will allow you to take. You have to know the dynamics of the trees. You have to know the weight of wood. You have to have good depth perception, so that way you don't take out the house and neighboring trees. So by setting up the two lines, one for me to be safe from ground to sky, 2, the lowering line, just so I can create a hole, so that way when I do finally put the rope at its final place at 80 feet up in the tree, I have a hole that I have created prior to that, so I can start lowering pieces, 30-foot pieces, to create production and be more efficient at taking this tree down. So that way the brush comes down more efficiently, the guys on the ground don't have to struggle with it, it doesn't get hung up, it doesn't go wrong, it doesn't break something out and cause injuries or struck by on the ground. I'm always thinking about the ground guys when I'm setting my tree up. I try to set it up the easiest way possible to come down and more efficiently and safely, so that way the guys on the ground are totally safe no matter what I do up in the air.
Okay, and to add to that, one thing also is how you cut how Pat's going to cut his pieces, where he's going to time, the type of ropes we're using for lowering. It all combines, allowing him to safely lower big pieces when he gets to that. Again, the bigger the piece that comes down, the more time you're going to save. Instead of cutting it in 2 or 3 pieces, you cut it in 1. If it takes a minute to get every piece on the ground, or 2 minutes, you just save 4 minutes. You do that 100 times over the course of the day, you just save 400 minutes. That's 8 hours, whatever that is. All right, here we go. Let's get up this tree.
I want to push you up this full down.
Another technique I like to use to save time is to have a piece of Tupperware to flake the lower line into. That always allows me to have good control if I want to move the line out of somewhere. It's not going to get tangled. Like for example here, I can just pull it right, the whole bucket right out from underneath his climbing line. I know he's okay there. I'm going to keep this line free of tangles, and then I'm ready to take my wraps. They come right out of the bucket, and then when I want to pull the piece back up to them, I'll just flake it right back into the bucket. Saves a couple seconds. and he's ready to go up there.
That's good. Go do that.
Even in how we tie the chainsaw on matters. Save a couple seconds every time you tie a chainsaw on. Let him untie it. Real quick, easy. Tie it to the ring. He's just going to snap that ring right on his belt. He's good to go.
Come as you are, restless and weary, for it all disappears. Time always wipes away the years like a rain to wear out, say. The moment you're born, you're dying. The moment you die, the world goes on. Sleep through the night. It doesn't matter, for the time rolls away, leaves you with nothing, but the day goes on. Even when you're gone, the moment you're born, you're dying. The moment you die, the world goes on without you, and everything that you love. The world goes on, and all that you're dreaming of. Come as you are, restless and weary, for it. The moment you're born, you're dying. The moment you die, the world goes on. The world goes on. The world goes on. Without you, without you. Stuck in Texas with the green balls on my back. She did roll, now she's rolling. Glad to meet you, close the door on your way out. She goes up, she goes round, roller coaster. Don't tell me I'm losing you. Don't tell me I'm losing. Don't tell me that we're through. Don't you know I'm your trash man.
The climber has to realize who he has working on the ground, who he has working on ropes, and he has to play that in consideration of how big of a piece he